A pearl necklace lies half buried in silt. A leather trunk sits open, contents scattered. Two figures rest side by side where a bed once stood. This isn't a museum. This is the Titanic, 2 miles below the Atlantic, where America's richest families spent their last night alive. We're about to show you what happened in those final hours. Some of it will disturb you. We're on B deck now. They called it Millionaires' Row. Yes, these weren't just rooms. They were floating mansions for industrial kings heading home to build railroads and factories across America. The brass door handles still shine. Oak panels rot from the walls. We push open the first suite. Inside, silence presses down like the water above. This master bedroom belonged to a family of 4. The bed frame stands in the center, springs exposed and rusted. But it's not empty. 2 forms lie side by side. They didn't run. They didn't fight their way to the deck. When the ship began to tilt, they made a choice. Stay together. Die together. But look at the vanity table. That's where the story gets strange. Perfume bottles knocked over. A silver hairbrush lying in the mud. That pearl necklace, unclasped, like she dropped it mid-motion. Someone was getting ready here, maybe preparing for bed, maybe trying to dress and escape. We'll never know which. A skeletal hand rests near the brush. Her final touch, frozen forever. 3 feet away, near the door, a leather trunk sits open. Clothes explode from inside like someone tore through them in seconds. A figure kneels beside it, arms still buried in rotted fabric. While his wife stood at the vanity, he was packing, grabbing valuables, securities, cash, things he thought he'd need in America. He wasted his last 8 minutes on Earth filling a suitcase. The lifeboat he could have reached left half empty. Now, look at the sitting room next door. Oh, you won't believe what's waiting there. They're still sitting. 4 figures arranged in armchairs like they're waiting for someone to pour tea. A silver service rests on the table between them, covered in rust and sea life now, but you can still see the design. This was their gathering place, where families met before dinner, where they discussed business deals and summer homes. When the ship started tilting, they came here, sat down, waited for instructions that never arrived. They died holding on to their dignity while the floor tipped beneath them. Down the hall, the purser's office. This is where the real tragedy lives. The safe is wide open, empty except for mud. A figure lies face down in front of the counter. He came back for his money, left his family on deck, and ran down 3 flights of stairs to retrieve his life savings. The ship sank before he made it back up. But the grand staircase tells an even darker story. The grand staircase was the heart of the ship, where families gathered, where they showed off their jewelry and evening gowns. Now it's a black void dropping into nothing. On the landing, figures cluster together. 8, maybe 9. Hard to count in the debris. This was a meeting point. When the panic started, families got separated. Husbands told wives to go ahead. Children ran different directions. They all agreed to meet here. Some made it, some did not. The ones who did waited anyway. They died together, but not complete. Move to the dining saloon now. The tables are still set. At the largest table, 6 figures slump in their chairs. Wine bottles stand unopened. Plates still in position. This dinner party went late. They laughed, made toasts to their American futures. Celebrated deals closed in Europe. Nobody told them the ship was already dying beneath their feet. Then the men were separated. The smoking room. Well, when the order came, women and children first, the fathers retreated here. Card tables still stand. Figures sit around them. These weren't cowards. They were following the code. Give your wife and daughter your lifeboat seat. Stay behind with a brandy. One skeleton holds playing cards. Another grips a glass that dissolved a century ago. They spent their last hour pretending everything was fine. But walk to the veranda cafe. This is the worst scene we found. Out a single figure stands at what used to be a window, hands gripping the frame, looking out into black water. He watched the lifeboats leave, saw the tiny lights getting smaller, realized nobody was coming back for them. He's been standing there for 112 years, still watching, still waiting. The wireless room is worse. The operator never left his post. Even when the lights went out, he kept sending those 3 letters, SOS. Nobody answered. The hallways tell the cruelest story. Bodies point toward the boat deck, suitcases abandoned beside them. These people got lost. The Titanic had 9 decks and maze-like corridors. In the dark, with the ship tilting, they ran the wrong way. Dead ends everywhere. Near the elevators, it's worse. Figures piled at the gates. They waited for the lifts to save them. Nobody told them the power was already cut. Technology failed them twice that night. Follow me to a first-class bathroom. Inside the tub, a figure curled up tight. Some people didn't run. They hid, climbed into bathtubs thinking the porcelain might protect them. Maybe the water wouldn't find them there. The tub became a coffin. In a dressing room, jewelry scatters the floor. Diamonds, emeralds, rubies, all mixed with mud. A figure lies face down among the gems. In those final moments, she tried to save her fortune. The jewels outlasted her by a century. The cargo hold holds one last secret. A Renault car, bought in Paris, meant for Fifth Avenue. A figure draped over the hood like they tried to climb inside, as if a locked car could keep the Atlantic out. Throughout these rooms, wall safes stand open. Inside, pulp that used to be stock certificates, property deeds for American land, railroad bonds. Paper dreams dissolved into nothing. In the mud outside, we found leather pouches, passports, immigration papers, the documents that would have let them start new lives in New York. The ocean kept them all. 112 years later, they're still here. The fathers who gave up their seats, the wives who chose to stay, the servants who died beside their masters. The Titanic was supposed to be their bridge home. Instead, it became their tomb. But here's what nobody talks about. 3 days before the ship left, 17 families canceled their tickets. They lived. What made them change their minds?